Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a new video. So obviously the car is under the cover. It has been stored here for the last almost 8 weeks. We are currently in winter right now. The roads have been an absolute mess. Salt brine, it's been terrible. My truck is an absolute mess and there is no chance that I'm taking this car out anytime soon. We have gotten some rain, so it cleared off the roads a little bit, but then they put more salt down, more brine and everything. So any chance that I had driving this car soon is now pushed back even further. So I know a lot of you may be saying, oh, that's so frustrating. And to a certain extent, yes, but at the same time, it is so nice to keep this car nice and clean in the garage and ready for the warmer weather. Now, I've been modifying it over the winter, doing little touches here and there. We still got quite a few things coming, but one really cool modification that I wanted to do for a while, but I just never bit the bullet because I was already happy with what I had. So if you guys don't know me, I love lighting on all of my cars. Every single car that I've ever owned, I have modified, changed, upgraded the lighting. And the F80 is no different. But thankfully, the F80 LCI, the Icon headlights are beautiful. I love these things, so there's honestly not much to do to them. In the past with other cars, I've done retrofits, I've done them personally, I've got them done by my buddy Caesar at Lightworks. I've done a ton of different lighting mods, and thankfully the F8X, the LCI more specifically, the headlights, as I mentioned, are beautiful. I have no issues with them. The only thing I'm not crazy about is all the chrome on the inside, not the actual bowls, but the little insert here on top here is actually silver, has some chrome accents. It looks okay, but as you guys know me, I'm a big fan of black and I'm not a big fan of chrome. So in the future, I actually planned on sending these over to Lightworks, my buddy Caesar, who owns the company, to get these headlights cracked open, have all the silver and chrome painted a gloss black, which would look really, really nice. I still eventually may plan on doing that. I would do it personally. I've done it in the past with other headlights, but with these headlights, I believe these are perma-sealed, so you actually have to cut open the headlights, and it's a whole thing that I'm not comfortable doing. So I'd probably leave it up to him. But what I ended up doing is actually putting these carbon fiber eyelids, as they call them. These are from Horizon Motorsports. And it covered up the part of the headlight that I wasn't crazy about, and it looks pretty decent. It gets rid of that look, gives it a nice darker look overall, but eventually in the future, I may end up doing that. But there is one thing that I did upgrade on these headlights, and a lot of people do these actually, it's very popular, and that is the daytime running lights. Now, if you guys are familiar with old school BMW terms, you guys may have heard the term angel eyes. Angel eyes is a very, very prominent term used with older BMWs and kind of their distinctive headlight style. And unfortunately, in current and modern BMWs, they changed up the style of the daytime running lights. They're no longer angel eyes. Angel eyes were circles around each of the headlight bowls, and it was such a distinctive, aggressive, mean look. Now, basically every single car on the face of this earth has some type of cool daytime running light, but BMWs were one of the first people to ever do it. Now, believe it or not, in the E46 days, angel eyes were not on the E46 M3. Now, if I'm not mistaken, they had them on the older 5 Series, E39s and everything. I may be mistaken, but they were on the older generations, the E chassis, back in the day on other models. It became such a distinctive look to BMW. And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of made me a little bit sad to see where BMW has gone with their headlights in terms of the angel eye look. They kind of strayed away from it. And to be honest, the F80 was the first different angel eye or daytime running look that really changed things up. Although I do think these look very good, it kind of started straying away from that look. The G8X, and more specifically the LCI, it looks good, but I still miss that angel eye, the circle around each bowl of the headlights. It's kind of straying away from that old school BMW headlight mean aggressive M look. Now, I actually upgraded my daytime running lights to the yellow CSL, whatever you want to call them, daytime running lights. It's one of the first things that I did. So if we turn on the parking lights or daytime running lights, whatever you want to call them, you will see that they are indeed yellow. So the funny thing is, I am a huge yellow accent lighting fan. I actually ran yellow angel eyes on my E46 M3 back in the day. Basically, nobody ever did that. Everybody just did the typical EAS or the white or bluish looking angel eyes on their E46s. It looked good, but I actually ran yellows. I was one of the only people that did it, and it looked so awesome. I didn't run them too long because of the actual brand I was using. They didn't fit correctly, and they were kind of a little wonky, so I ended up taking them back out and put the white ones back in. And then eventually I ended up getting rid of them and doing a retrofit and everything, and just ran some really, really nice projectors in there without the angel eyes. But when I got the F80, the yellow daytime running lights were a must for me. I like the white, but I don't care how many people run the yellows. I'm just a bigger fan of the yellow. I think it looks super aggressive, especially with what I got going on here. And yellow for me is a must. I do it on all of my cars, whether it's fog lights, ditch lights, accent lighting. I love yellow lights. And to be honest, the human eye can depict oranges and yellows better than whites, blues, and purples. So not to say that the daytime running lights offer any type of performance or output increase. So if you look in the older BMWs and even in the F8 chassis, when you turn on the lights, the center console was orange lights. And in the older days, in the E46 days, they actually had orange gauge lights and everything because the human eye, as I mentioned, was able to see them better. And I just love that look. I kind of miss it. I wish you were able to change the dash lighting, the gauge lighting to orange, which would have been really cool to kind of tie that old school look in. But we have the yellows in here. They look really good. I like them. I did a whole video installing these, but we got something cool. So what we got over here is actually a different color daytime running light. So if we look on here, amber. And the funny story about this whole thing is that I posted a reel on my Instagram. I had a filter on it, just, made the car look cool, whatever, Instagram whole thing. And I threw it on there, didn't think much of it. But the reel, the filter that was on there made the daytime running lights look amber, look orange. So I got a lot of comments, a lot of people asking me, hey, where did you get the orange or amber daytime running lights? So Alex from Horizon Motorsports actually saw the comments and everything. He's like, hey man, I'm gonna send you over some of the ambers so you can do a comparison, do a little video and see if you like them. So I was like, you know what? That's an awesome idea because I always wanted to run them, see how they look, and kind of give you guys a little bit of a comparison. So funny thing is, as you can see, these are amber. If we look on my wife's Telluride, we got amber daytime running lights. And if we might look at my truck outside, got amber on the truck as well. I actually originally got these in the white daytime running lights, but I swapped over to the amber because I think it just looks so much better. So as you can tell, I am no stranger to amber daytime running lights, let alone black wheels, amber daytime running lights. I think I have a theme. But either way, amber daytime running lights I think are really cool. Not many people run them. And thankfully, Horizon Motorsports has a really cool option to be able to do that. Now, the way that I wanted to do it is that my current heat sinks have the yellow daytime running lights on there, but I don't want to take those off because I enjoy them and I want to be able to swap back and forth between the amber and the yellow. So Horizon actually sent me over the amber boards, but as you can see here, I got some heat sinks as well. Now I was actually looking for some OEM ones, but I came across some aftermarket ones and I was like, you know what, let me try them out. It's really hard to kind of mess these things up. And I think it's going to work pretty well. Now, I asked a few people that do run aftermarket ones and they have no issues. So I think it's going to be just fine for the little modification that we're doing. Now, typically I would like to get the OEM ones, but I couldn't find a set. And if they were like $200 or $300, which was crazy. So I ended up buying these. These were like 90 bucks, kind of cheap. And I figured might as well, if I don't like them, it's not the end of the world. But the cool thing is they actually came with yellow daytime running light boards as well. So I got to pop those off. But if anybody's interested in the boards, I'll sell them to you really cheap because I don't need them. I already have the yellows, but it's a really simple install. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. As I mentioned, I did a whole install on the yellow ones, walking you through everything. I'll do it again. It's pretty straightforward, but let's go ahead, open it up and see what we got. Now here is the amber daytime running light boards from Horizon Motorsports. The nice part about it is they include the thermal tape. So you don't have to worry about the actual paste or glue. This is already pre-applied, which is nice, but these are for the LCI. So if you have the pre-LCI headlights, I think there's another version you can get that are pre-LCI, but you got to make sure you get the right ones for your headlights. But let's go ahead, open them up. Comes in a nice little tin. And as you can see, we got the little boards included. So you get 4 total. You get 2 longer ones and 2 smaller ones. And it's super, super simple. And as I mentioned, the easy part is they include the thermal tape on the back. So it just has the little protective sticker on there. You peel it off, stick it on, simple as that. All right, so I'm using a heat gun just to kind of heat up the adhesive that's underneath here. You don't have to get them too hot, just get them warm so it kind of releases the glue or tape from the back of the heat sink. Now what the heat sinks actually do is you can see the fins here. These boards get warm, so the fins actually allow the heat from the actual boards to escape properly and keep them nice and cool. If you didn't have these fins, most likely this would overheat and break. I've also seen people powder coat and paint these, which you should not do because it won't dissipate the heat properly. So don't paint these, as ugly as they are, as much as I would like to paint them and make them look nice. don't do that. Just leave them metal, just the raw aluminum that they are, and everything will work properly. So I'm just going to go ahead and heat these up, and then I'm going to take a really thin screwdriver, get underneath and kind of just pry them off. And then I'm going to take a razor blade and scrape off any excess that there is, and then we can stick the new ones on. And I'll show you exactly how to do that once I get these warmed up enough. All right, so I got into the corner and I was able to peel it off nice and safe. I'm going to do the same thing in the other one. Now I found if you go into the corner, and I know it sounds crazy, but you take a small hammer just to kind of get behind the board. Just be careful you don't crack it, but personally I really don't. To be honest, I really don't care about the yellow boards on here because I'm not using them, but there we go. Just pry it off like that and you're good. So now you can see a little excess thermal adhesive tape there. So now I'm going to go into my beautiful new organized bolt drawer and look for the razor blades, which I got some right here. Get a nice fresh one, well, as fresh as possible. Sorry, the heat gun's a little loud. And now I'm simply just going to scrape off the excess tape, adhesive thermal here, just so we have a nice surface to stick the new ones on. Alright, so we got all of the extra adhesive off, so now they are good to go. Just want to make sure you blow these off really well because the tape or whatever they use, some of the remnants get stuck there and you want to make sure it's all blown out properly so none of it gets stuck in your headlight. So now there's a certain way to put these on. The good way to tell is that this is the driver's side. You want to actually have the plug facing out. So same thing on either side. You want it like this. So just take note of the orientation of where the plugs are. So they're on the outside. So you're going to do the exact same thing with the new ones. So we're going to go ahead and open these up. Now the new ones, they have little tabs on either side. So you can actually put it whatever orientation you want, whereas the yellow ones that came with it, they have tabs on one side. This has on both. So just to, as I mentioned, take note. So you want it like this, so the plug is on the outside, nice and cleaned off. And we're just going to peel off the blue backing. Take our heat sink, put it into place, just put it in the little grooves right here, in the little tabs, stick it on, and you're good. So now I'm going to take the other side, which is the smaller ones, and same thing, make sure the plug is oriented towards the outside. So I'm going to take off the blue tape, like so. Make sure it's all clean, and stick it on like so. Push it down, you don't have to push too hard. And the nice part about the tape is you don't have to let it dry, because if you use the thermal glue, you have to wait a few hours, I believe, for it to cure properly. So, all right, now that we got one side done, let's head over to the car and we'll do a little comparison between either side so we can see the difference. All right, so we are on the driver's side. You're going to need a T20. I have the carbon covers. You guys saw a video on that, but all you're going to do is take out the 3 T20s around it. Don't lose those. Put them in your pocket. Just unscrew these like so. And now we're just going to pull up. And there's going to be one plug, or sorry, 2 plugs on either side. Just unplug that. Sorry, I can't really show. There's a plug right there. Pinch it down. And unplug. So there we go. Now let's go get the other ones. All right, so here's the amber ones. Now what we're going to do is reverse. Just plug them in like that. Take this side, plug those in. Simply just put it into place. And you're going to take your 3 T20s. Carefully, don't drop them. Screw them down. You don't have to crank these down because it's screwing into plastic, so just be mindful of that. See how to be nice and snug. Like that. That. Oh, I don't want to drop this one. Okay. And like that. So we're done. So let's go ahead and check it out. All right, so let's turn on the daytime running lights. Ooh, I can already see it from here. Wow, those are orange. Oh my God. I was not expecting it to be that amber. Oh my God, that is sick. It's like a deep, deep orange in person. I thought it was gonna be more of a pale orange, but that is like deep orange. Look at the difference. Holy moly, that looks amazing. There's the yellow, and there is the amber. I don't know, guys. The amber is pretty darn cool, I'm not gonna lie. That is a nice change. I mean, look at the amber with the black wheel. That looks so sick. Let's turn on the headlights, turn the car on. See how it looks with the headlights on. Oh man, that looks so sick. That looks so sick. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Do you like the yellow or the amber better? I like both, but since I've been running the yellow for a while, I think the amber is really cool. And to be honest, I almost think the amber looks brighter, at least in person. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, but wow. I am shocked how much I like that. I wasn't sure, but with the black, oh my God, that looks so sick. All right, so I'm gonna do a repeat of the same thing on this side, see what I think, and then I'll show you the final look, what it looks like on both sides. All right, passenger side is done, so let's turn on daytime running lights and check that out. That looks so mean. Oh my God. I'm a big fan of it. Again, different from the yellow, but it's a nice change. Looks super aggressive. This would be cool in the fall, Halloween time, spooky season, if you will. But I really like it, and I like the fact that I got different heat sinks, so I can just swap back and forth. These actually look OEM. The only difference that I notice is there's a little tab on one side. The aftermarket ones don't have that, which is fine. I think the only reason why they have that on the stock one is just for it to slide in properly, but this sits really nicely. It has a nice seal on it, so I'm not worried at all about the fitment or anything. It fit really, really well. Looks OEM. They actually look a little bit cleaner. They look a little bit more polished than the OEM ones, which are a little bit more faded and kind of grungy looking. So man, that looks awesome. So what do you guys think? Do you like the yellow? Do you like the amber? I personally like the amber. It's a nice change. Goes with the whole theme that I got going on here with the black and super aggressive track spec, and it just looks so menacing. Oh my God, I can't wait to drive this thing. Check that out. Amber. Oh, they just turned off. But this looks so sick. I absolutely love it. So let me know what you guys think. Do you like the amber? Do you like the yellow? Again, I think I like the amber for now. I got a theme going. Black wheels, amber daytime running lights on all three cars. It's just kind of my theme. I guess kind of black and gray as well. I didn't do this on purpose. I don't know what's going on. I guess I have a type. But that is going to do it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Super simple install. As you guys can see, it is something that you can handle. Very, very simple. You can change your daytime running lights to white, to amber, to yellow. I think there's other colors as well, but I know Horizon has both yellow and amber for both the G series as well as the F series. So Whatever color you want to change to, they have them. I will leave a link below for you guys if you want to pick them up. I highly recommend picking up a set of aftermarket heat sinks as well. I'll leave a link below for those as well so you can swap back and forth. Gives you the options to be able to swap back and forth to whatever colors you want. But I like the fact that I have both amber and yellow, and I could just swap them out within, I don't know, 10 seconds each. Super simple to do, and I can get a much different look. But yeah, guys, again, let me know what you think, yellow or amber. I like the amber for now. We can always swap back to yellow if we want to. But if you guys have any questions at all, be sure to ask them below. But in the meantime, keep it clean, keep it simple. I'll catch you guys in the next one.